Would like to give a big thank you to everyone who is joining us in the evenings over at Twitch. Last night was our first night as an affiliate, and everything went off without a hitch. I did make one small error myself, though, and that's been fixed. I had a box checked in the settings that only allowed subscribers to chat. So we only had a limited amount of people chatting, but we still set a new record for the amount of people that joined. And we're doing that every single night. So tonight, don't feel like you need to be a subscriber to join us and join in on the chat. It is so relaxed over there. We can take the gloves off, talk about anything we want to. The game that's being played on the screen is just a backdrop. You'll see a little picture of me in the upper right-hand corner. And for 3 hours, it is so much fun. It really, really is. And tonight, what you're looking at is a picture of a region called Saragost in Middle-earth. The panorama of the scenery itself is worth the visit. It is an amazing, amazing game to play. This is what the channel looks like when no one's streaming. We have all sorts of different older videos now, 8 nights worth, usually 2 to 3 hours each night, so you can go back and follow along or catch up and see things that maybe you missed. And I just wanted to show you something from my analytics. We've only been doing this for 8 nights since a week from yesterday. And as you can see, every single night, the unique viewers goes up, the unique chatters goes up, the live views goes, everything is going up, 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 up. So join us over there. I think you'll really enjoy it. Now, when I'm not streaming on Twitch, you might see someone like this. This is another streamer on Twitch. The channel is ITSSUNPI. I think it stands for It's Sunpie or something. The reason I chose, there's a function in Twitch called auto host, meaning when I'm away, other channels can basically be hosted on mine, and we can share and promote each other. Now, the reason I chose this particular channel was because this individual is from Jamaican and Indian descent as well, but speaks Her Majesty's English properly. And a lot of fun to watch, plays all sorts of different games. Not a huge channel, but I have a whole list of other channels that I can auto-host. So you never know what you might see. If I'm not there, there will always be something there. Now, this kind of dovetails with the subject matter of today's video. This was a mask I made a few weeks back. It says, fearfully and wonderfully created, Psalm 139, 13-16, unborn lives matter, child of the living God. And this has been a fairly popular choice, but I think some people have missed it, and this is the entire scripture here, just in case anyone was interested. For thou hast possessed my reins, thou hast covered me in my mother's womb. I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. My substance was not hid from thee, when I was made in secret and curiously wrought in the lowest parts of the earth. Thine eyes did see my substance, yet being imperfect, and in your book all my members were written, which in continuance were fashioned, when as yet there were none of them. Now, the channel that I spoke of before, It's Sunpea, could probably have done that a lot better, because, once again, she speaks English properly with an English accent. What does that have to do with today's video? I have said for a long time that the issue in Venezuela was going to be the greatest geopolitical miscalculation ever made. There might be another one coming up that's almost as bad. There's a story out now about the reason Biden picked Kamala Harris was her ability to sway the Caribbean American community in Florida, which goes right down to it. The idea that a pick would have been made that didn't have a swing state like Florida in mind would have been completely stupid. Not that that would have been out of the realm of possibility for that group of people, but this is such a huge miscalculation by the Biden-Harris campaign that they are going to absolutely regret it. It's going to be seen as the moment when how out of touch they are came to fruition. What am I talking about? Okay, Politico. Harris electrifies West Indian voters and gives Biden a new edge. The black West Indian diaspora community is a little discussed but increasingly influential slice of the electorate of the nation's biggest swing state. Okay, that's true. There are a lot of them down there. Haitian, primarily, and Jamaican are what's spoken of in this article. And they talk about how excited they're going to be for, her because she has this background. Her father being Jamaican. What they don't get, what they really don't get, is how conservative that group of people is, socially. Biden campaign preparing 360-degree effort to engage Caribbean American voters. The reason they are here, and not in Haiti, and not in Jamaica, is because of American exceptionalism. It is because of the state of those nations, Jamaica and Haiti, that they've come here by the tens, if not hundreds of thousands. This is the problem. This is what Biden and Harris do not get. Mike Pence is going to eviscerate her on her stand on abortion. In Central America, in the Caribbean, in South America, the idea of abortion is aberrant. It is right on par with other things. I can't even mention the word on here, but think of the worst possible crime you can think of, and it's on par with that. And when they debate on this issue, that's going to spell the end of any hope Kamala Harris had of getting that group of people to vote for her in Florida. There's nothing inherently wrong with the people of Jamaica or Haiti, but the countries are just absolutely the worst in just about every single measure in the hemisphere. Haiti is the poorest. Both are very dangerous. Sanitation is virtually non-existent. And like I said, why do you think there's such a huge community of them in southern Florida? Because they came here to live the American dream, just to have the opportunity. And this is what President Trump talks about. This idea of the country being great because of the opportunities and the freedom and the relative safety. Even parts of Miami, which to most Americans wouldn't be seen as safe, are far, far safer than Port-au-Prince or anywhere in Jamaica. And there's statistics that back this up about the birth rates. The birth rate in, let's see if I can find it here. 10 facts about, we'll get to that in 1 second. 2.99 births per woman in Haiti and 1.99 in Jamaica. Meanwhile, here in the U.S., births are continuing to fall, primarily because of the left MSM's continual drive to demonize what they now call cisgendered people and traditional family relationships and the nuclear family. However, that is a very North American thing. It is not a Central American or a Trinidadian thing or any of these countries down here. They are very, very pro-family. Now, here's the part that confuses the parentheses D. That value system, the one man, one vote, Christian, pro-family idea, is described as being part of the left wing belief system in South America. I've talked about this before, primarily over at the Psychological Operations channel. The value systems of left and right are different in South America and Latin America. Right wing in this region means you're very pro-big business. You're very pro-church. You're very pro-heavy-handed government control of everything. If you're left wing, you are more like what the Patriots were when they came here. You're more libertarian. You're more for regional government and local government. You're not for the big church. You don't like big business. It's a very different thing. And the left wing has within its group the evangelicals and the Christians. It's a very strange thing to hear, I know, for most of my audience. They're like, wait a minute, that's not what the left wing means up here. They stand for pro-abortion and gay rights and all this kind of stuff. Not down here. Not down here. It's a very different thing, and Miss Harris is going to get a wake-up call on this if she tries to go down to southern Florida and sway these voters simply because she looks like them or has some kind of common background with them. Once they hear what she really believes and what she has stood for, and once they bring Biden into it, forget it. They're actually going to cause more people to vote for Trump by trying to go down there and talk to them. It's a giant, giant miscalculation on their part. They have no idea. And most people wouldn't know this unless you were from Florida, unless you lived here, about the belief system of the Hispanic community. They vote on social issues that affect them directly in their lives. They don't vote on bigger ideas. Not that they don't have the ability to understand bigger ideas, but the idea of family is the number one most important thing to the Hispanic community. Not money, not wealth, not the military-industrial complex or the deep state or anything like that. Once they hear how pro-abortion she is and how pro-abortion that whole group of people is, it's over. It's going to be an absolute landslide for Donald Trump in Florida because of this. It's the most insane tactic I've ever heard of in my life. It's absolute suicide for them to go to try and take that idea down to the people in southern Florida. So, anyway, I guess I'll leave it there and let you guys discuss in the comments, but I would highly recommend joining us over at Twitch, where we can actually discuss it, you and I, in real time, and talk about these issues and start promoting a platform that doesn't restrict speech. And from what I've heard and what I've seen all over Twitch, and I've been doing my research, they pretty much let it go. Unless you are really trying to do something completely and totally aberrant and offensive, they don't restrict speech. Here, they really don't. So, and more people every night are joining us for this. So, anyway, but just remember, fearfully and wonderfully created you are. You are not an accident. You are a child of God. And if you want a mask that says so, Florida Monkey Mask Store, down in the description, I'll give you the links. Like, share, subscribe.